Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
So do you.
Oh, no, I'm not.
66 Christmases.
Oh, yeah. What part of England are you from? You from England?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm from London.
London. Nice town, isn't it?
Yes.
Where in London, specifically?
Northwest London,
What
where
if
I've
it's
lived.
like in Northwest? Tell us about, compared to New York City, what is the Northwest of London like? We know what the Upper West Side is like here. What is Northwest London like?
It's leafy.
Leafy?
Yes. Where I lived, it used to be full of villains, and taxi drivers wouldn't go there because it was too far out of centre of town. Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't seem like it was idyllic at all.
No, it's still full of villains, actually.
Yeah, that's a...
It's suburban. It's very ordinary. I've got a little house with a red door. My mum lives opposite.
Oh, so she still lives there? You still live
there?
there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've lived in the same street all my life.
Now, you and your daughter, this is an enviable thing you have done. Tell me where you got the idea, and then we'll talk about what you did. It was like a 6-month, I guess, a sabbatical, a trip, a girl's journey, whatever you want to call it. Your daughter was how old when you did this?
11.
11. And whose idea was it that you and your daughter were
My husband.
Yeah, we're going to go traveling.
We just thought, well, let's go. Let's get out. Let's get out of this place and go yonder to see the world. And they're all clapping. Does that mean you want to get out of this place?
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I think...
Desperate. You've been in here for weeks, haven't you? Clapping people. I can feel it.
Yeah,
anyway, we went around the world. We went to Borneo, where she learned how to dive, scuba dive. And we saw extraordinary things. We went on to Australia, we went to Ecuador and up the Amazon and to the Galapagos and saw, you know, orangutans and...
Trip of a lifetime, really, for anyone.
Extraordinary. They are, I mean...
Did your daughter love it, or did she grow whiny and petulant?
No, she loved it. She left about 11 years old and came home around 17, you know. She just grew up really quick.
What a wonderful thing, and you will always have that experience. That's just delightful. 6 months, at any time during the trip, did you think to yourself, let's go home?
No, I didn't. It was extraordinary. It was all the animals we saw.
Right.
Orangutans in the wild. You know.
And what is that? How do you get into the wild to see them?
You walk quite a long way.
They're in the jungle?
They're in the jungle,
yeah.
the jungle, and you can't get to them by car.
Right.
Which I realise is an odd thought, especially here in America. Yeah. But you get into boots, and this is a very strange thing to be explaining, and you get on jungle paths, and follow those paths, and then you hear something not unlike a freight train approaching, and you look up, and this massive person, really, with a dinner plate for a face, comes rushing through the trees, and it's the most extraordinary thing I've ever seen, because it was the way in which they looked at us. It was a kind of, wait, I'll try and do it for you. Wait. It's a kind of...
Really?
It's like, you people, you people, thanks a lot. How much jungle is there left, thanks to you? You can feel they're looking down on you, literally. The moral superiority of that long-armed person.
Are these animals large?
Vast. Huge faces.
Are they monkeys?
They're yes, no, wait, are they apes? They're apes, aren't they? Great apes?
I don't know that.
There's only a few apes.
Yeah.
And there's gibbons, who are also apes, and go, whoop, whoop. That's a gibbon. Whoop! You weren't planning on that, were you?
No.
Didn't tell the researcher about the gibbon. No. Whoop, whoop!
Now, would you do it again? Take another trip like that?
A gibbon impression?
No, another. We've had plenty of that,
yes,
thanks.
okay.
But another trip?
I would. Oh, whatever, heartbeat, that's what it was.
Now, this movie, I'm fascinated by this film, because what a great idea for a movie, but who would have thought it would be a great idea for a movie?
I know.
Yeah, this is about the woman who wrote the story of Mary Poppins. And it's her life story. We see it told in flashbacks. And Walt Disney, we see his life, and they come together. He wants to make this movie, Mary Poppins, and the woman, the creator of the book, very suspicious, very reluctant to part with it because it is so personal, so intimately special to her.
She was a very wounded person, you know. She'd had a really tough childhood, been sort of deracinated by emotional upheaval time and again. Her father was an alcoholic, which was, you know, in some ways fantastic because he was an enchanting, magical man who made her so full of enthusiasm for myth and story and the Celtic mists, and, you know, but also, you know, he just pulled the rug out from under her feet so many times that she really never recovered. And in a way, Mary Poppins, for her, was a bit like Mickey Mouse for Walt, who also had a very Dickensian childhood. Who knew? I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
And they made these characters that somehow heal those inner children.
Well, now, in the movie, the woman is depicted as difficult is mild. To say she is difficult is actually flattering.
Yes.
And one wonders if that were to happen today, if a personality like that was trying to be part of a film production, if it would be tolerated to the extent that it was. This
Well, they'd
project
be given their own TV show immediately, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, probably so. But
she's an ideal candidate.
Yeah.
This week on PL Travels.
But the other thing that was nice to see is the genius of Walt Disney and how he was able to take this story against tremendous odds, mostly from the originator, and turn it into, at the time, the most money-making film of the Disney history.
Well, yeah, and also that he took the Sherman brothers, who were untried, and then said to them, we you know, go on, write a score. He gave those young men who were untried their first real chance, and they wrote this almost Mozartian, indelible score. You know, what's so extraordinary, Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke were at the premiere, and you know, this job is a lovely job because you get to meet lots of other actors and artists you admire, and you go, oh, you know, you're bigger than I thought, or smaller, or, you know, are you available for dinner, or whatever reaction you have in a reaction. But with them, it was like someone reaching in to your body and just strumming some ancient chord of hope and joy, and because their charisma, their style, it's old-fashioned, but there's something.
It was you mentioned Dick Van Dyke in the film. The creator of Mary Poppins wants nothing to do with Dick Van Dyke.
No, that's right. She says, yes, they say, we're hoping to get Dick Van Dyke. She says, no, that's a horrid idea. And one of Robert Sherman says, but you know, he's one of the greats. And she says, what, greats? Dick Van Olivier, Burton, Guinness, they were the greats. Dick Van Dyke most certainly is not. So we're sitting there in the movie theatre with Dick Van Dyke there, sitting in front of me, you know, and I'm so sorry.
So sorry. At the end of the movie, there is the sense that there has been a coming together, if not a reconciliation, but the woman was not invited to the premiere of the film.
No, there wasn't a reconciliation,
Not
actually.
a reconciliation.
No. She needed the money. They made the film. She hated it. And at the end of the movie, she got herself to the premiere, and she walked over to Walt's table at the party and said, well, the cartoons will have to go. And he said, Pamela, that ship has sailed.
Right.
And because she didn't understand about movies, she
thought wanted no cartoon characters in the film at all.
She wanted no cartoons, and probably she was snobby about film. She felt film wasn't really a proper art form, I think.
It's a wonderful movie, and like I say, who knew it would be a good movie?
Yes,
but it's a fantastic
story.
Yeah. Let's take a look at a bit of this. It's Saving Mr. Banks. Oh, and for heaven's sakes, it's your buddy Tom Hanks. It plays Walt Disney, for God's sakes. Yeah, and he's delightful as well.
I know, and iconic in his own right, in a way. A very interesting choice.
What are we going to look at here?
I've no idea.
Okay.
Well, no, wait a minute. We're doing Responsible, aren't we? This is where the boys are trying to sing her the song in. They're trying to sing her a song, and she's not having any of it.
Not having any, but not having much of anything at all.
No.
Take a